got a job to go and do today.
Real jobs, real locks, real life every day. From lockouts to repairs, we're on our way. Mobile locksmith working across the town. Active lock centre, we won't let you down.
That's all right, shouldn't take too long. To retrofit a lock into a mate's front door, because he's got a discontinued lock and they can't lock the door properly. I've been there already and sort of like done a bodge job just to get him going by. So I'm going to be putting in this universal full X system in, and then he'll be able to lock his door again. So come follow me and might try and unlock the door and watch me come and sort it out. Come and follow. If you come and have a look, because the bottom hook failed, and this isn't locking properly either on the key, so basically the whole system's just gone. So just as a temporary, I made it so it locks on the latch with the key and removed the bottom hook because it wasn't working properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this whole thing out for a secure by design system, which will be much better than the old one. That's what we're going to be putting in. I'll just go and get my tools and we'll get cracking. Let's get started on this. Inside this kit, you get your gearbox section, long plates for the frame, keeps for the hooks, centre keep, screws, and the hooks for the top and bottom. The nice thing about this is it's going to line everything up, and hopefully these hooks will line up to the existing keeps, so I won't have to replace any of the keeps. I'll just put it in and it should work. First thing to do is remove the cylinder. So it's got 3 fixings. Then screws out, gearbox out. So now it's going in the hole. Okay, as you come around here you can see it's not lining up, so I'm going to have to lift it up more. The cylinder hole, the lock case is sitting too far down in the door, so I've got to, from here, cut a slot out higher up to cater for this bit here. So I'm going to mark this roughly, put a pencil line and cut that out there. And to cut that out, I'm just going to go with a standard drill bit. Hopefully it's just all plastic. If it's just plastic, it will just effectively router out. As you can see, I've made a little slot higher, so now hopefully I'll be able to go in and push up higher. Now the hole's lining up the cylinder. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use this cylinder to keep everything central. If I remember what I did with the cylinder screw, normally organised chaos. That's the 3 screws to the handle. There it is. Just to keep everything what I want it to be. So from here, now we've got the bottom. We look at the universals. That's where you've got to get the right way around. So up is going to be to lock. So the hooks come up, I'm presuming, up and down. So let's have a look. So the longest point is, the longest one is normally the top. See, one short, one long. The short one is normally the bottom. So that'll go in the bottom. We've got to cut this to the right length. Okay, so from here, because this is the bottom one, the shorter one, the hook's going downwards. So I'm just going to mark off the bottom of here. So if you look at this, okay, because the hook goes down, what I'm doing is I'm going from the bottom of here and marking it off here. So the hook will go into it. So effectively it'll go down into it. So it's going to have to be cut shorter. So what we do is, now I'm going to mark it on these out of the way. It's actually locked on the centre lock. That would actually be perfect. So I've got to cut this off, the length off of this. So I'm going to cut it off to about there. Let's go get the grinder. It doesn't matter how short you cut this, you can cut it all up to where the screw is here if you wanted to, because from that point there it's all flappy, but aesthetically it's going to look better the longer you leave it. And it's not looking too bad today. Oh God, if I could get into it. Really, if you're grinding, safety goggles, which I'm lacking of, so don't try this at home. Took off any sharp edges. Let's get this on the door. So now, put this bit on, put this over. Screws, come in the packet. Just going to give it a test. It's not putting the hook all the way back, it's coming out and all the way back. So that's going to be an adjustment there. Going to have a look to see how it has to be adjusted. So that's pulled right back. So that means this has to go higher up in there. So I go for up to the top there. There it is. Check it works with the door. Okay, that's retracting. I'm going to shut the door. It works. So it's going in there. So the bottom hook is all good. So now we'll put the rest of the screws. These screws are self-cutting. They've got a nice sharp bit on the end. Where the big cutout is, where the old hook was. Basically, we rinse and repeat the same for the top. So this one, if you look at it, it goes up. Bottom hook went down, this one goes up. Okay, so we want to mark the top of the piece here on the frame. We want it to go up. Just there. We'll trace that through to there. Take. So we'll just cut the length of this down. Just go get the grinder again. Let's see if I can do it this time without burning my fingers. Slow and steady. You can use a hacksaw if you prefer. Let's see if we can get this on. Okay, sometimes when you do these you might have to cut this side off. We've been very lucky on this one. It's only been the top side, sometimes you've got to do both. So, with the locks unlocked, not in the unlocked position, just back myself again. Just trying to get that in a bit to go in. It's locked in there. Let's come out. So we're going to go a bit further down. Not too much in the middle there. That feels about right. Over. Put the screw in. There we go. Lift it up. Try the key. Locks. The door shut. Lift the handle up. Locks. So it's locking everything. So all I've got to do now, screw this up. Screw up the faceplate or the strip, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's on the edge. Let's try it again. Be careful when doing these screws up. Don't go all the way in because you'll just rip out the thread. You've got one that's only plastic. This one hasn't got metal liner in it. Alright, so that is done. Now, lock was what we call offset handles. If you line them up, see, this side operates the bolts and the rollers. This side operates everything, the latch, bolts and the rollers. This one only does the rollers, hence why it's like a front door. So what we got put in is a split spindle system. You can see with the old case, they have what they call a twin cam, or twin spindle. Ours only got single split spindle. So again, let's go to the back of the van and see what I've got to line up with this. Yeah, I'm going to put the latch on it so we don't get locked out. This is a very old style handle, it's got 3 fixings. You don't see that nowadays, or not much anyway. So now, I'm going to get a handle that's going to go in place of it. So watch me break my ankles. I know I have one. There's my spindle bag. I have one somewhere. There we go. Split spindles. Take that out. That's to fix a handle. Don't want that one. That's to make a handle solid. Split spindle here. There's a different type. They're the same. Okay, let's get these in the door. I'll drill out for the new handles. Let's go. I'll get the internal one. Spindle. Could be any spindle. Stick it on there. Stick this on. Oh no, I've got offset handles. These are offsets. These are short handles. You see how these line up? These are TSS ones. I've just got to check. This one is not too short. Perfect. What I do is I say I'll put the spindle in, I'll put the handle over, and then it gives me indication of where the holes are. So with the indication now, I can get a drill bit, which is the right size, hold that level to it, make sure it's all lined up, and then it should be alright. I'm going to use that again. So what I do is now put this side and do the same thing. So it all lines up. Now what I'm going to do is use my, if I can find it, step cutter, which of course that's from the other day when I've all my stuff flipped up everywhere. So, oh there it is. There we go. So, same again. Now I do think this needs to go a little bit higher because these have got like pins that stick out, and I don't think it's quite going in. Now if you look on the side, it's slightly higher. Like here, it's quite a bit higher. That goes to there. So by using this, I should. There we go. There's that one. And we do the same with the inside. Eyeball. Now we have. Let's just check this goes on. Lovely. Nice and flat. Then we check the inside. This side's a little bit different. This is not playing quite the same. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect, nice and flat. Okay, now we go for the split spindle part, which I just had here now. So have a look, just see if it operates the right way. Will that operate the latch? Please don't. Here we go. So there we go, it's working correctly. So if you look here, if you come around here and have a look, when I pull the handle down, it doesn't operate down. See, now put the bar in. It's not operating the latch, see? The handle's not operating the latch, but it operates the bolts. So that spindle's good. Now I've got the spindle for the other side. So they call it split, because it's in two sections. I'll just get that one to push in there. Now, this is the fun bit, is every time you get it, you get loads of, that's why you get so many of these. Two different length screws. I'm going to go for the shortest ones, because I think they'll be the best. So you've got your handle cassettes, which you still need to use. This has got a recess, so it goes in this way, locks in. So the easiest way is put this on first. This is what I hate, when these just don't go on smoothly. Why? That one. Okay, that one in there. Hopefully this one will just push on. Yes. Right around, inside. So you know what I should do is just loosen this off, put the handle on this side, push it in. Okay, let's see, that's operating the latch now. So that's what that says to me, is if I take this handle off, this latch will stop operating. See there? Putting it back, watch, stopped. So that says this bit here is too long. So I'm just going to cut that down a little bit. Right, so what I have to do is just cut this down a tiny bit. Oh, see that? It's like magic. It's going to be really hot. Oh, and the floor in this is hospital grade flooring, so it shouldn't melt. It could do, but it shouldn't melt. I've got to try and work away picking that up. Oh, they're toasty. I'm going to do it in the vise. It's got way too toasty for my fingers. So let me see if I can pull the spring off. I can't hold that because that's so hot. Use whatever I've got to try and hold it. So how can I hold this? Oh God, this won't even do. Here we go. Probably should have done this in the first place. I wonder if these will give me a little bit of protection. It might melt into my hand, who knows. Yeah, seems to be doing alright. That all seems to be good. I can put the spring on it. The spring went the other way. We're on the home stretch. Now, let's try it again. Where's the, literally just taken a fraction too much off. When you do that, it's two ways you can do this. One, as you pull this back, take this clip, open it up a little bit, and put new saw marks in it. Let's see if I can, what did I do with that? So what I'm doing is just moving the little clip back further. You know what? Okay, these are probably little tricks and tips that you guys would like. What I normally do is just go and get another one and just swap it out. But if you haven't got one, another one, you just move it back down the shafts, because what there'll be little cuts, little tiny, just there. So we're going to move it past them back. We'll put new ones in further back. Tell you what, it's going to be in the vise. It'll be much easier. Back in the van. I'm just pushing the clip further down. I'm just trying to get this to go down a little. It's not moved. Not moved an inch, millimetre. Right, let's try again. Down, down. There we go. It's moved now. So if you look closely, you can see like a little ridge, a little tiny ridge. That's where the clip is locking into. Okay. So you can get a hacksaw, new clip marks, which is just based on the corners. So one there, and then on that to there, and from there to there. So now I push this up, it should lock in there. There you go, it's locked in the next point. It wouldn't be funny, it's the spring causing too much tension. Now, there's a bit of, so I'll do this, I'm just gonna see if I can adjust the keeps. This is not so much of a rattle. Just loosen off a tiny bit. Let's see if we can loosen them all off. See, it's just in slightly. I'll do the same with the bottom. They're sitting flush there. So I'm just gonna loosen these. Oh, that one's got a missing screw. Tighten it up. There you go. Let's pull it nice and tight. One more thing to adjust. The hack, because it's loose. Right, Brian, can I give you a call back in a sec? Just finish your job. Be about 5-10 minutes, yeah? All right, cheers, mate. Right. That's Brian James. He called me. So we shut the door. No one can just walk in behind. Okay. You can lift it up, and then you can double lock it. Oh, I've got to tighten the cylinder up. Okay, locked up. When you come in, you do the key, one complete turn, pull the handle down, turn the key again, and you're in. Tighten the screw up. Now the screw's tightened, we will double check it. Right, lift the handle up, turn the key, pull the key out, double locked, put the key in, one turn, then let go of the key, pull the handle down so it disengages the hooks, turn the key again, does the latch. All I've got to do is clean it now. Actually, you know what, I'll put the tools away. I'll put the tools away first, and then I'll clean it. If you enjoyed what you saw on my video here, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and you'll pick up some more useful or useless tips, however you want to take it. I'll catch you on the next one.